106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Let's get this show on the road.
Before you say anything, prepare to shut the fuck up.
Screw me. I ripped ass at the ATM.
McLovin! Nice!
Sit back, relax, and enjoy Irrelevant Platitudes with your hosts, Peter Benici and Lil Dazil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to episode number 8. We're your hosts, Peter Benici and Lil Dazil. Oh, fuck! Go!
Bring you irrelevant commentary on all things pop culture and relationships. You stole my name, my line. Well, we've all got to fuck it up once, right? Like,
wow. That was...
I'm really
That's
hurt.
just coffee. I haven't even started drinking.
Was it coffee or was that you taking the show?
You know what happened? I was like, for some reason, had a thought in my head that I was really going to bottle it this time. And so I made sure that I was like lasered on the text, and I'm like, no, just read it and you'll be okay. And I kept reading because I thought I was supposed to say irrelevant. I thought I was supposed to say irrelevant platitudes at some point in there, and it's not there. So my brain panicked, and I just kept reading. And then I stole your part. I'm like, wait, that's not my name. Anyway,
now introducing Peter Benici and Lil Dazil,
Yes.
and this side nothingness that's apparently here.
Side nothingness. Oh,
That's what I am apparently. I don't exist.
Sad nothingness.
I mean, it's pretty apt description of who I am.
Oh, hell no.
I love sassy black lady. How was your week, madam?
I was about
I can't
to
want to call
go
you
for a
man
drink.
still, but I don't like the way we can pop our drinks.
What was your question?
How was your week, man?
Fuck. Yeah, no, it's been a little bit better of a week. I seem obviously a little
You
bit
seemed
more
much more
up in
recharged
spirits.
this week.
I just, I came back today, just this afternoon, I had my therapy session with my boy Paul.
Yep.
It was awesome. He's really, really great, and he's been helping me for I think, just over 3 years now. So, probably almost 4 now. And he's incredible. He's a fantastic
Holy shit, 4
psychologist.
years.
Yeah. A girl
some
do be
progress.
mentally ill.
No. It's just good, man.
Yeah, well, consistent mental health stuff and whatnot.
Mate, the amount of people that have needed mental help for years that don't actually get it.
You're preaching in the
I kind of think
choir.
it should be mandated, to be fair.
We should have a conversation as a topic on this another episode, 110%.
The fact that most people are broken and they need to talk to people about the deep, dark, naughty thoughts.
I've got some cheeky, regulated ideas of what I'd... Anyway, side fact. But, it's been a...
Chairman Lil, we'll call you.
Been...
There was a Chairman Mao reference.
Still depressed, not going to the gym still, which is really fucking kicking me in the butt.
Shit, is that 2 weeks for you? Oh.
It's not good.
Is it out of a fear to go?
It's
just can't be
partly
fucked?
fear and also the body dysmorphia is really kicking in, so I kind of don't want to go, which I know perpetuates it more. But yeah, a little bit of that. But I've had, I've gone and seen friends a few times over the week, which has actually really, really helped for connection. I had a really, really big talk with one of my mates who showed me an awesome Chinese place in Preston. Amazing.
Food.
Yes, the food.
All right. So Chinese gym?
I think
that's racist.
No. Chinese food, and it was fucking phenomenal. Holy shit, best ever. I'm not going to say what it is because we had an agreement. He's not white, so he's like, don't tell other white people because then they will take the place. And
that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna keep that to myself. That's like I'll take people on
withholding
special
good
dates
food places. I think is the most un-Melbourne thing you could ever do. 100%. I'm deadly serious.
But
this
I
is my
hoard
serious
special
face.
spaces too sometimes.
Yeah, if it's good food though, and you share it, then they get more money and they get bigger, and the food gets better. Like Chin Chin started off as like a small thing.
I see your point,
They
but
had her
it
in
was
Sydney.
a nice moment. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I understand
And I
the
was
mental
sad.
connection.
They wanted to make me feel
Don't
better.
be fucking selfish. Share the good food.
Nah, I'm gonna let him be selfish. I was sad, so
Dogs.
I needed that. Anyway, week's been overall good. Seeing friends, being sad, but doing okay, and then ending on a really high note. Doing this. How about you?
It's a long weekend. My week was really good. I think I wrote notes down for my week because I knew I would forget
You tend
the
to.
week. What did we say in the notes, man?
You didn't provide anything to do with how your week went, but all right, go on.
Oh, no, so okay. I was doing a lot of statistic reading and looking and seeing how impressions are going with the podcast stuff. It's good. But it looks like episode 4, the Dinner Dodger one, was our most popular one. like by almost double.
How many? I
for
don't
some
really
reason.
want to ask how many. Like you said, double.
So on the way our impressions work is I get so Podbean, who are our hosts, thanks guys.
Thanks, guys.
For taking my money, you dogs. I want it for free.
Give it to us for free.
They give me an impression of, I think, the auto uploads plus theirs, but then like iTunes hide theirs. Spotify, I don't know if they share
They
theirs.
do. I use that.
No, but I mean, sorry, they share it with the third-party platform.
Oh, yes, that's true.
And there's Google and all those ones. So I think they get the Google ones and they get the Audible ones, and that's at about that one episode, which was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
In its first month was like 50 odd downloads.
That's awesome.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll look at like retention and viewership and stuff. But so I was just looking at like nerdy stuff, statistics all
We're
week.
doing it.
Yeah.
Still shit high five. Anyway.
I'm telling you, I'm pinned behind a mic and
I'm pinned behind a mic too. Limitations.
Yeah, I know. Why can your arms get around more than mine?
I've learnt strategy.
I think, no, you know what? I think mine's because it's that way and yours is that way.
Probably. That makes more sense.
That's up. I did the up motion and then the left motion.
Or you could
Everyone
alternatively
listening.
move your arm out, up, and then go. Give that a go. Just.
And you're high-fiving with your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh, you're doing it with your left. No wonder.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, cool.
I'm like semi-ambidextrous, kind of.
Not with that high five skill.
Yeah, with certain things, it's really odd. I can I bat, so cricketing, not wanking.
To each their.
That's right. Haven't done that one in a while. Cricket, I go left.
Yeah.
Tennis, right. Baseball is right.
So
again.
sports oriented mostly.
But I can swap.
Okay. And with gaming, both I would presume, because obviously.
That's keyboard and mouse, man. I don't
Do
swap
I look
my
like
hands.
a fucking game? No, but
No.
you use both your hands.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fucking anyway, you're
and
weak.
I think Amy would agree I'm good with my hands, right?
I want to like forehead slam myself against a wall. I hope you're feeling the
Do it on
same
the
way,
corner.
Amy.
No, she loves it.
I'm sure does.
She's way dirtier than me.
Good. We love a dirty girl.
It makes me have to, like, you know, when you balance each other out, I have to be the
You've got to be the tamer. Like,
less
okay,
rapey one. Yeah.
that is not the way. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Anyway,
But there is a friendly rapey relationship in some relationships, right? Dynamic.
I feel like that's not friendly rapey as the term that you'd use. I'd probably say
Okay, so it'd be like a rapey role play.
like more playful,
Okay, Zuma.
slutty.
All right.
No.
Can we?
I'm not a Zuma.
No one's
We've
triggered.
established this. I'm a millennial still. I just make the bracket.
Get the fuck out of our generation.
I'll
You're not a
fucking kick you in the throat.
millennial.
Tell me how your week was.
It was really good.
Good.
I looked at statistics.
What, did you do anything else?
Well, some of us work a lot. I'm
Some
kidding.
of us study full time and work.
It's so hard studying and like.
I'm doing my fucking
waking up
masters.
late.
I will. Oh.
Yeah, and the amount of times I've heard people. My ex did her masters, and trust me, we heard about it all the time.
Good. Then you'd know to
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
All good.
Good.
Enjoy your masters. Okay, so drinks of the week. Let me hit the grab before you get excited.
Drink of the week.
How am I so inept at opening things?
Cheers,
Cheers, Biggie.
master debater. Same drinks as last week, everyone. I'm White Claw Mango, and yours is a.
Brookvale Ice Peach Tea. Yummy.
It's so
It
good,
is
but I gotta
so
finish my
tasty.
coffee. I really wanna
Ew,
finish my
as if
coffee.
you would. No, that now is not the time.
I
to
can
be
mix
having
coffee with
and-
everything.
Not when you're.
Yeah, I can. It's great. Coffee's amazing.
Not when you're drinking
I probably have
what
an
you're
issue
drinking.
with my coffee and stuff.
Apologies in advance.
Did I tell you I got kidney stones from drinking too much coffee at my last job?
That's hilarious. Actually,
No, it's yeah.
no.
it's
I know
so-
it's not funny. It's
You know,
just
it's
fun-
worse than pregnancy, passing a kidney stone.
I know it's painful as fuck.
Yeah,
my
so
my
as-
first ex had to go through one.
Yeah. So my ex's mum, both obviously gave birth to children and had a kidney stone. So I asked her because the comparison they gave to me in the hospital was like it's like giving birth.
Yeah.
And I asked her, and she goes, "No, the kidney stone's way worse."
Kidney stone.
Confirm.
So
Yeah. Right.
Maybe that should be called giving birth. I feel like that's also a subjective experience based on the size of it. But no, my first
Yeah.
ex had to pass one.
My legs started shaking and I vomited.
Yeah, my ex did too. He
Never
woke me up
happened
at
to me.
5 a.m. and I thought he was complaining because you know
Yeah.
how man flu with the exaggeration and sickness being a
I think
phenomenon.
everyone says that, and then
And then it ends up being
I just
something
get
actually
sick.
serious. Well, yeah, ditto. But
Yeah.
I thought my ex was just playing on that. And this is like my first ex when I was like, I think 18 and woke me up at 5 a.m. and I'm really irritable about my sleep being interrupted. And I was like, mate, I'm going to fucking
so he had a
throttle
kidney
you.
stone at 18.
Yep. And I took him to the hospital. I had to wait like 12 hours.
Like his diet must have been caca, man.
I mean, we weren't eating great.
No, that's what I mean. Like, because it's purely diet driven. So I got mine at like 28, 29.
He was 20, 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. But yikes.
And then the fucked up part was they made me wait like the week or the month afterwards. Like they scan you.
Yeah, they do it for so long. It's a fuck
And then
process.
apparently I'd passed it while I was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because then I went back for a scan, like it's gone. I'm like, well, fucking, why don't you do a scan on the way out? I don't know. Anyway.
No,
hospitals.
I agree. That's exactly the same
Doctor
process
things.
that they went through. Yeah.
You know?
But I think my ex had to go through with the whole catheter system, like up the urethra.
I love how we're talking about drinks and then ended up on fucking
Wait, how
kidney
did we
stones.
get
Just because of the way shit goes.
I mean, yeah, touche.
This is up to you this week with our is this our news? Is this our famous? This will be news.
Is it?
Let's go news.
All right.
Yeah.
There anything?
No news is good news.
Okay. You are taking the driver's seat with this one today, Miss Zil.
Cool.
Is that zoomed enough for you, madam?
That is zoomed enough.
All right.
So as we can see, we have an article. I have not read it, nor has Peter.
No one has read it.
Please forgive us, and by us I
raw
mean
dogging
me, for reading if I am not reading correctly. Title is obviously Is Working From Home a Solution to Gender Inequality, written by Aliyah Hamid Rao. I'm going to pronounce that. Hopefully it's correct.
Hamid, can we go? Let's go full. She looks a bit
Aliyah
Arab.
Hamid
How's she
Rao?
confirm? Is she Arabic?
Don't know.
We have a Lebo in the chat.
In the live stream.
Wait for the
chat.
7-second delay. Just in case you're wondering, twitch.tv/Banuch or twitch.tv/IRRPlatPod, but we don't listen to
Do we not? Okay.
That's right. Go.
So, working from home as a type of flexible working arrangement is often suggested as a solution to work-life challenges for privileged professionals. The global spread of COVID-19 has rendered working from home key to attempting normalcy during a time of crises. This global emergency appears to be the testing ground from working from home. Tech companies have been at the forefront of the tide with Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter declaring that employees can work from home permanently. God, can I use the rest of this in a news voice? Okay.
If you like. Do you want me to give you the news intro and then you go straight into it?
Flexible
Actually, also
working
confirm she's Arab.
arrangements can be helpful in mitigating long commutes, in enabling workers feeling unwell or with urgent caregiving responsibilities to stay at home, in helping employee productivity and boosting morale. I'm not going to go into it any further, but as a solution, it's saying gendered work-life challenges and home offers, and it's sort of saying, at the home front, is this going to be, a change in dynamics, I would presume, in a heterosexual...
Hit this bad boy right here.
All right. The home front, especially that of married, heterosexual families, remains a major stumbling block to gender equality. Although younger individuals are often seen, as heralding a new frontier for gender equality, millennials continue to prefer a male breadwinner, female carer, fuck me, that's a fucking word and a half, model, when it comes to the division of labour at home. And this is particularly true for millennial men. The notion of men as breadwinners looms large, and deviations from this have an adverse consequence for heterosexual marriages. Women's promotion increases their risk of divorce, just as lack of full-time employment for men increases their risk of divorce.
That's right.
One of the worst combinations for married couples' well-being is when the husband is unemployed or temporarily employed, but the wife is employed permanently. This deviation away from that norm is too much for many couples to bear. On that note, I also saw a statistic that says like up to 65% of relationships, if a woman is earning more than her male
Look
partner.
how fat this article is. Keep
But
going,
domestic violence, the rates increase.
Yeah, they
it's
do.
fucked.
Yeah.
But that's just a side note from this.
Stop being a B word. No, I'm kidding.
So being But anyway, so the notion of this is obviously talking a little bit about gender inequality and then bringing it home in the COVID dynamic.
That's so hilarious. So it's just gonna. Is that gonna ramp it up when it goes home? Because then you're both working from home, but then the male is supposed to be the breadwinner. I guess Stanford, right? This is a Stanford study. Thank you, Daniel, for recommending the article. For this
actually, it's a very interesting one, so appreciate it.
Oh, look, I think if you're a normal human being, and you just operate with a bit of, breadwinner, I think implies that you have children, right? Because if you're both
Childless, you're
without
probably
child, I was thinking, is there a word to have child? Parents, that's the word. If you're both parents, then that may change. But I think we live now where it's like everyone, if you want like a nice house and nice things and like decent living compared to your standards growing up, both people need to work unless the other person's making like fucking ridiculous cash.
Yeah.
Being like my family would look after the grandchildren and stuff. So that would enable both parents, and I think completely alleviate that dynamic.
Yeah.
For me, my brain is you earn as much money as possible for as long as possible, because then say someone can't work for whatever
Then you're able
reason,
to provide.
then you can do that and you
security.
just work that out as that happens.
Yeah.
And you don't hold it against anyone for doing whatever. Say, you know, this is hypothetical. Amy earns significantly more than me, right? If we were to have kids and that was a situation, I'd look after the kids. It's fine.
Oh, I love stay-at-home dads. There's actually a TV show about it. It's
and
great.
like, I guess there's the quote from Scrubs: statistics mean nothing to the individual.
Yeah. Well,
like, yeah,
statistically significant is not clinically significant. It's not
That's
always
right.
applicable to the real
people
world.
with like terminal illnesses survive, and like, you know, people
There's all
with
those
nothing die.
anomalies.
So, edge cases and shit like that.
Anemones. Love it.
While it's a really good article, and I guess it's good for the Stanford people and their research paper and stuff, I'd probably say, like, I don't know, adults in this day and age are gonna be like, we need as much money as possible.
Yeah.
Whoever's earning it, and if you're with someone that's kind of maybe getting upset about that, they got to look at some shit and get into their government mandated psychological evaluations.
Yes, agreed. And on that note, I suppose I've got two things, if you don't mind me sharing.
Go ahead, man.
The first would be my own personal experience, because you shared yours. Also, thank you for sharing that. Sorry, I'm in psych mode still. I was doing psych class today.
I was like, are you tolerating me right now?
No, I love your stories.
I don't know now.
No, I do. There was a pause, but that's because I was trying to remember what I was going to say.
Huh?
No, so for in my background, like my mom and my dad, they both separated when I was 5. So for me, both of them were working a lot or studying full time. So both of them had to, in order to, you know, have money, have an income, provide for us. And I was in vacation care a lot of the time anyway.
Yes.
So they were both
What
working.
is vacation care for those of us playing at home?
For those who do not know what vacation care is, it is... Oh, and after school and morning care. It's basically when you go with a bunch of adults that are qualified, facilitators. Pardon me. Had to.
I like how you forced it. But I'm glad you're doing it during your stories.
Well, yeah, I got to be balanced. A little bit of balance always works. And it's, facilitators and programs where there's people that look after you from day to night, maybe like, let's say 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Daycare on holidays, but like extended.
Exactly. And I remember being the first one in, first one out, always.
Yeah.
And I was there a lot. And so from my experience, both parents were working. They had to make ends meet to be able to do that and provide for themselves and provide for us. And I'm very grateful for that. On the second note, with the COVID context in it, my current employers, both of them had to work from home. Both of them, both mum and dad, were working from home. They both look after the kids. And I suppose there wasn't this inequality because they're both very helpful around the house. And obviously I was there to provide support because I'm a support worker. But I suppose
that is,
in the current
article is
climate,
saying-
it doesn't seem like it's changed. I think maybe for a lot of Australians though, that dynamic is very, very prevalent where there is still that expectation that men need to be the breadwinner, so to speak, where they do need to provide. Because in Australia, we do have quite a lot of those norms, I suppose.
Norms.
Exactly.
I think it's highly associated with ego.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why everyone needs to do mushrooms.
Magic mushroom. Well, I mean, I'm just going to say research suggests that they are on their way to being approved. I can't say here or there whether they are personally good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I totally misread the fucking heading of the article. Yeah, so I think it will provide the avenue. It will provide the avenue for people to work from home and then maybe change that norm. But you'll still have, you know.
But yes and no as well.
Yeah.
COVID perpetuated a lot of things and it worsened a lot of things.
It terminated a lot of friendships,
relationships, marriages. If anything, it probably caused and probably will cause a lot of divorces. Being around your partner for that long, and there were so many memes going around.
I just thought people would understand it, like being together like that is like a once in a lifetime scenario, but like not permanent.
No.
Like,
but
could you imagine?
It felt like forever.
This is why I kind of want to go back to the 40s, like grandparents. And although, you know what, if we could look back, I wonder how many people's nonnos and nonnas like fucked while the other person was away.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, my dad
Yeah.
used to tell me stories about my nonna would say that he was going to go get milk, brought my dad, and then he'd wait at the end of the elevators
What do you mean?
and then forget to get milk to look up girl skirts. I was like, mate,
How good are the 40s?
fucking not.
Old school sleazeballs. Yeah, but so I think during times of crisis, I think people need just a little bit more.
Compassion.
Yeah, compassion, care. Things aren't going to be this bad forever and stuff. And it's only been a year.
It felt like forever for a lot of people, and I think
because
that
we
that's when we
self-loathed.
go
We
into
self-loathed
crises.
so hard, and like people were like stuck at home, this and that. I was stuck at home on my own. I understand how hard it was.
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of Navy SEAL YouTube videos and stuff. It's completely changed my perspective on like mental fortitude.
Really?
And you just keep going and keep moving, because you can't allow something like that to be, if it's something that you would like to be a permanent thing in your life, you can't let a crisis that's 12 months. Like we've just hit 12 months, so it wasn't 12 months.
Yeah, no, it's
right?
just almost
It was like
wow.
maybe 8 months of lockdown.
Yeah,
being
October
stuck
we
next to
were
each
out.
other.
Yeah.
Like if you couldn't spend 8 months like that and you held it to that level, I think it's
I just think
it says a lot.
Yes and no. I think that given the context and the fact that we had to bump up the mental health care system plans, the fact that for the first time
We
in
are a
people's
self-loathing
lives-
society for sure.
Well, yeah, self-loathing
Look
society.
at
for
reality
sure.
TV for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You make a good
How
point.
popular maths is, and
Oh my
everyone hangs
God.
shit on it. It's like, do you at least admit that like it's really cool watching really attractive people get really insecure and self-implode.
Yeah, makes us feel more human.
Schadenfreude, I think it is the German word of getting.
I'm sorry,
off
I
on
got
people.
excited because I've heard that word in
It's
in psych
taking the
stuff. I've learned
compassion
it.
in people's misfortune.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah. So
probably
look, I think it's gonna provide the avenue for things to change.
Okay.
But then it's on our culture to adopt it or not.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think things like this in the Middle East would probably work out.
No.
In Brazil, probably wouldn't work out.
Westernized or post-industrialized countries, maybe so.
It'll give the avenue. I think maybe some European, like in Sweden
European
and stuff. I think
lifestyles,
they
I feel like it's more
adhere-
equal already, like similar in this notion, I would
Yeah,
say.
we should get some stats because my personal feeling is that the Eastern European ones tend to adhere to gender norms harder. Like they still stick to it. Italians and stuff.
Big time.
Ironically
Frenchies too.
enough, I got feedback from Amy. She's like, a lot of Maltese guys are like super old school ignorant. And she was really surprised as to how normal I was.
Yeah, well,
which is terrifying.
Well, it
because
doesn't.
all my cousins are chill as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think it raises an important issue as well, how you are socialized or have been socialized in comparison. But you are right.
It's
those-
really
those
interesting
norms are
because
still
we're all
there.
boys too.
Wow. So no sisters, siblings.
There's one
Cousins?
female cousin.
That's very interesting. Who's the
Yeah.
sensitive one in your family? And that's
Probably
not like
me.
a critique.
Yeah, probably
no,
me.
No,
No, it is probably
I
me.
I mean, excluding yourself.
Oh.
Like, are there any uncles? Is your dad?
I've got
like,
one
who's
uncle
the-
that's an absolute piece of human dog shit.
I said sensitive, not asshole.
Yeah. Both, so, because
Because where's the teaching coming from? 'Cause-
I've got 4 uncles.
Yep.
And the 3, that's in uncles, I included my dad in that stat. The 3 of them are fine. They're all pretty, like, warm, loving individuals, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say it always starts at a family level first, obviously, because child death
Yeah.
has such a huge impact. So, yeah, I'd be not
Ironically
psychoanalyzing, but
enough,
I'd be curious to go deeper than that.
the uncle that's the semi-evil one, his sons
Yeah.
are all amazing. Yeah,
That's
it's really
fascinating.
interesting.
There's a few theories about that, though, as well. Yeah. Sometimes you can
Birth
have the
by
same
fire?
raising and then go different ways.
Okay. And there's twins. And they're awesome. They're really cool.
Interesting.
They're actually, they're, honestly, like, I can't complain about my cousins.
That's good. All mine are under the age of 18. I can't
Mine are
kick them all in
old.
the
They have
throat.
kids and stuff.
Very different perception of our families.
Yeah, it was interesting. My family stuff, if we ever get into that, you can give like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, did I?
Okay, so let's go into dating, what everyone's here for, right?
Yeah.
And all the while, you're just really wondering, are we going to get hopped up enough to make some bad decisions? Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
All right, cool. So, last week we spoke about, what did we speak about last week?
Hook, line, sync, the chat.
Yeah, talking, right?
Yes.
So the next, I guess, progression of that in a conversation would be getting the phone number, right?
All the contact details in this millennia.
Oh, God. You children. I'm still a millennial.
No, but that's how it is at the
No,
moment.
it was the kind of cool move to ask for Facebook or you would. I've never asked for an Instagram. That's
See, that's a really big thing at the moment.
That's weird.
I do that with girls, but like for friendship purposes. But yeah.
So do you guys? This is the hard part is finding out because there was when I was dating through COVID and stuff. Younger girls, I had phone numbers. Ironically enough, there was people I didn't even have their phone numbers. I was talking to them through Tinder and then Messenger. So I guess you just kind of dynamically let it happen.
Yeah.
Organically, not dynamically. Yeah. Okay. So asking for that and the right point to ask for that.
Yes.
But this is
so
all,
are you
I
coming
guess,
as someone who would be asking for my number in the fake?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Just more context.
So the big thing that I think.
Come on, brains are
that I
working.
think if a lot of guys are wondering when to ask, it's never the one thing you should worry about before when you should ask is when you ask, you don't leave directly after because then it feels like an exchange.
Yes.
Like he hit on me just to get my phone number and then left. It always pays dividends to hang out for a little bit once you've got the phone number, or even if you can slip it in early, pun intended. Sasha's the best.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if you can get that in early on the conversation, then it kind of, I don't know why, but it always did feel kind of like a bit, not scammy, but you can, like, if you go in and it's like really quick and then you get the phone number and leave, it can come off a bit scamish, right? So once you've established that comfort through like a decent conversation and kind of figuring out, I guess, when you establish the connection,
You've had the chat,
right?
you're feeling it, you're vibing.
That probably asking early is going to do a lot more favors for you than being scared and waiting.
Yes.
Because you want to really avoid
what I did and mentioned last week.
Yeah.
Just leave the number under the desk or
well,
on the
that's
receipt.
right.
That
See,
I pay
because
for.
then, and that's why I'm glad that kind of correlates too. You basically you don't want to have them have like a bad taste in their mouth and be associated with the phone number. Because, you know, you definitely want them to think, oh, that was that cute guy or girl that came up and did the stupid joke.
Yes.
And then, you know, had the cute little chat. Oh, and then he gave me the number and left. Like,
yeah, that would
that
be
works during the day. So if you're at work or whatever,
yeah, I'm busy.
and you see someone at the coffee shop,
and then they write
and
the
you're
coffee number in the cup. Sorry, I watch too many rom-coms, but yeah.
Yeah, but you have a phone on your hands. Wake up.
Okay, in this day and age, sure we do.
And then ask for the Instagram because I'm hip with the kids. I want to do that Steve Buscemi fucking meme where he's like dressed up as a kid. Hello, fellow children.
Such a good one.
I'd like to ask for a phone number. Oh god, that's
Can I have your number?
pedo-ish. Yeah.
Have you seen that video? Oh, hilarious.
So I guess my feedback from the youngins is, do you guys like? Because seeing as you don't get approached much, when you ask, do you ask dudes for phone numbers often?
So actually, I can talk on the end of the Tinder sphere and then going from that to phone numbers if that's at all.
I think
helpful.
Tinder makes it real easy. Like,
No, but it doesn't because I won't text everyone. I don't give my number
mean?
to everyone, if that makes sense. So if I'm talking on Tinder, I usually leave it at Tinder because I don't really like to initiate further or leave a trace where they can.
So would you say you have more of a chance of getting a phone number if you approached in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, because I guess
100%.
my anecdotal evidence would be, ironically, because a lot of guys think that you get given fake numbers and shit.
I've
like
had a
Hamish
guy
and
ask
Andy.
and then called my number
Yeah.
to make sure it was legit.
No, well, see that you can do that.
Bit weird.
You can do that, but what you do is you would usually just say, "I'm going to call so you get my number." So you know
See,
it's
that
me.
doesn't sound creepy. I've
Yeah.
had people
That's
that
right.
are like, I'm just going to.
Yeah, because every guy has that fear, and it's like at least you save yourself the drama of texting, and then like everyone's seen the funny things online where like she gave you the wrong number. Me, touch wood, I never was given a fake number. Ironically enough, I realized women would give you like the real number and just fucking not give you anything, which didn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
But
It
I
probably
understand
is
how
everything.
uncomfortable it is to reject a dude.
Yep.
Guys just have to realize how uncomfortable it is to be rejected, but later via text
That is-
message.
yeah.
But it brings in that element of safety,
It does.
which is fair. Yeah, I think lost my point. Go on.
Good point. Numbers in person.
Yeah, so you think it's a much greater chance?
Yeah, definitely. I think I prefer natural.
Yeah.
Firstly, I even hate dating sites. The only reason I do is because it's easy to find people to fuck.
Yeah. So you agreeing with me now that you may be getting more of that type of dynamic on
Well,
the
it's
dating
always
apps?
been that way for me. Like Hinge is better
I know-
for dating or finding people like that, but Tinder's always been a fuck
Yeah.
site for me. I've never not gone on actively for anything but that. But I suppose if someone were to come up to me and ask for my number, it would definitely have to be after a bit of banter. And I would want them to linger a bit if it was an evening thing. I'd kind of want to have the flirt. Yeah. And then at the end of the night when we part ways, it'd be really nice to get the text going. It was really cool to meet you. Let me know when you're free next. That's
another fear, is the right moment to text. And the easiest bit of advice I can give is just as soon as you want to text, get it out of the way.
Yeah. I like doing it at the end of the night.
Honestly, like you can do it. Honestly, whenever it feels comfortable from you as a human being is the right time to send the text.
Yeah. I think we spoke about that too. You've got a big thing about in the moment, if you're feeling it, do it.
Yes. And it also, the other person will show their cards because a lot of people will be like, I like to frame everything like, say you're out, right? For girls, the generic thing I did is going to show my age, like Brad Pitt, for guys, Angelina Jolie. If the number exchange happened, right, and they texted you, you would probably reply straight away, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't try and play it cool. You would just be honest and be happy to be talking to them. And that's usually what happens in a dynamic that is very honest, raw, and going forward.
Yeah.
Now, some people inherently like games. If
Was
that's your
that
bag,
a fucking dig?
No,
you just
no.
looked and laughed.
No.
I mean, it is a bit, but the shoe
if that's
fits.
your bag, that's fair enough. That's fine. I guess just understand that going down that road is just full of mental damage.
Really? I would have had fucking
uncertainty.
no clue.
Uncertainty
Shit,
does
man.
well.
It's good at maintaining sexual desire, though. Fun fact.
Yeah, but then it goes eventually. So you've put a timeline. It does, because then they start being normal, and then you get over it.
No. I mean, like the people who play games, uncertainty is literally one of the number one things you can do to maintain sexual desire. That's why people get comfortable in relationships and mostly lose sex drive, because they don't realize that things like uncertainty, novelty, distance are things that are attractive.
I'd probably
this is attachment
not
logic.
Fuck with your partner with uncertainty. That's
no.
Really
It's really fucking unhealthy and toxic.
Yeah.
But I mean uncertainty, like for example, if you were going to be on a flight for a job and then you're like, oh shit, I don't know when I'm going to get back. We're like held back for like a few days because the snow's raining. That kind of stuff still works too.
Yeah.
Like genuine.
Yeah,
uncertainty
I'm
too.
just saying maybe don't fuck with your partner.
Don't do that. Yeah,
don't break them.
Yeah,
but hey,
we'll do that.
People, there are lots of toxic relationships out there. Just be aware and move forward. Be nice, love,
compassion,
It's all about
kindness,
the person
love.
that you're gonna spend a significant amount of time with. That it's an enjoyable experience for everyone. It's not a power dynamic. Although honestly, guys are probably the worst perpetrators of power dynamic exploitation.
I'll play devil's advocate and say not always.
No, trust me, my experience is women are fucking evil, but yeah.
Because I've had a very, very beautiful ex, and my most recent ex was also very wonderful. We just both were very unhealthy.
So you're saying you were the Satan?
No, I definitely wasn't Satan.
So I can make you be Satan with that noise?
If you want. No, we were both very unhealthy together. I think we both had a lot of negatives, but I think we had a lot of positives. I don't ever like to paint exes in bad lights because it takes two to tango. It takes more than just one hand to clap or whatever the other saying is about that.
Can't take one to leave though.
Huh?
You can't take one to leave.
I'm still not over it. Come back. No.
That's all right. Yeah, so I think with the phone number, ask for it early. Ask for it often. I'm kidding. Don't ask if you get rejected once.
Can I have your number?
And the
Please,
cheeky thing to a lot of younger guys, I think, because it's very like nerve-wracking. I still remember the first time I got a phone number because I was a late bloomer in terms of going out. I actually, it was on Mount Alexander Road in Essendon at a bar that we used to go to, Jimmy Rose, and I think I shouted and ran down the street super pumped. I was with my high school crew.
Of course you were.
And I was very fucking excited. If Dev's listening and stuff, I think I hugged him.
Guys, I just got this girl's numbers. Oh
she
my
was
god, this is
really hot,
amazing.
and I was like, "This is fucking insane."
Oh god.
Yeah, so
I happy dance when things like that.
And I think be clear. Don't be afraid to be if you're a girl and stuff, and you're not interested, to just drag it out and see what happens. If you're having lots of those interactions where you're just dragging it out to see what happens, you're dating a bunch of people that you're not interested in, and you're trying to make it work. Just nip it in the bud. Say I didn't want to reject you in front of everyone or whatever.
Yeah.
Move on. I appreciate that. I understand that a lot of people might not. But for me, I just like to know. Because I think about the amount of time, I'm a big fan of not wasting time. Because you can take that energy and give that to someone else that's going to reciprocate, right? And everyone does it though. Everyone parks people, the in-between humans and stuff.
Do they?
Yes.
I haven't done
So you wouldn't say all the,
I'm the time
generic
waster,
sexual
as in
encounters
I
that you've
waste
been
my
having aren't parking people?
No.
Not
Because
holding them
I'm
back
not.
from other things?
No, because I'm not ready to have a relationship right now.
Yeah.
So they're not parking people because I'm not actively investing
But
in them.
you don't
They
think
know
that person
too.
may
Nope.
reduce their need to go out more and speak to people because they're having the sexual
And that's
desires
their
met?
issue.
Yeah, but that's what
Not
I'm
me.
saying
No,
is
no,
you
no.
might not be intentionally parking them, but they're still parked.
No, because I established the dynamic before. They know exactly what they're there for.
Yeah, and the conversation we had, people get they sign up for a certain show, and then the human brain is a lovely thing, and
It's one
turns
day.
into other things.
It's not because I have a rule. I don't.
I know you have rules, but people things change.
I
Emotions
guess people
are things. Yeah.
Emotions are things.
Yes. They take control and they get involved and they fuck everything up. Yeah. And there's been like very casual relationships I've had where the other person's gotten super kind of into it and stuff.
Yeah.
Same with me, where there's been like very casual encounters and you've been like, God damn it, I actually like that person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Look, I've been there, so I get that. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Hence the parking
But that wasn't.
anecdote.
Still no, I don't agree with that.
You don't have to.
I've been parked, but I don't think I ever park people.
You might not do it on purpose,
No, generally I don't do it.
but you wouldn't know.
How? I feel like
Because-
if you've only slept with someone and you go, okay, I've just met you on Tinder, XYZ.
It's more
we're here to
the
fuck.
hunger to go and date other people would subside.
I don't want to.
Actually, and this feeds into the post-nut clarity, right?
Oh,
So you can ask that. Go.
Okay.
Now's a good point.
Tell me about post-nut clarity.
Okay, so is there a context though? Why do you want to know about
I
it?
saw a TikTok.
So to everyone listening at home, I received a message today, and Lil was like, "Pete, I want to talk about post-nut clarity." And I was like, subject I am clear on, very clear on. So you just want to know what it is.
Well, I know what it is.
Yeah.
And basically, well, please correct me if I'm wrong. Post-nut clarity is like when you're like, oh, damn, this bitch. Oh, sorry, that's probably not the appropriate term. This woman, person, human that I'm having sex with, fuck, or before you have sex with them, amazing.
I'd
Look
make
at
the
them.
argument that bitch now can be
Wonderful.
gender neutral.
It is, yeah, it can be. Yeah, no, true. Fair enough. You're like, I really like this person. They're so attractive. They're amazing. Put them on a pedestal. Then you fuck them, nut, and then go, whoa, what was I thinking? They ain't that good.
Yeah, sorry, I was just.
Is that correct? Is that an apt description of post-nut clarity? Please describe if not.
Without the hip childisms. Or, not
Why stop
childisms.
calling me a
That wasn't-
child? I'm not a child. You're making me feel like a 3-year-old.
Well, I'm kidding.
I'm a 23-year-old. All right.
Yeah. No, so yeah, post-nut clarity is definitely in context to being super into someone, sleeping with them, and then having a realization. That can be both positive and or negative. It's usually negative.
I feel like a lot
when
of dudes have gotten that with me.
Well, it's more guys get it confused, and there's always that because it's always for some reason a bad thing to then have to explain to someone, oh, it was just sexual energy between us, and there's actually no connection, and I apologize.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will not say anything, and then you seem like a cunt.
Yeah, I don't like
'cause you've
ghosting.
stopped
I'd
talking
much
to them.
rather honest communication.
It's hard, just like
Oh,
it is
look,
to tell a guy
rejection's
to their
fucking hard.
face.
Yeah,
to tell a guy
absolutely.
to their face that you don't want their phone number and you don't like them and you're never going to touch them.
Yeah.
With guys, the emotional, that's pretty brutal. And, whilst I guess some people would make the argument that probably something you have to think about before you sleep with them, the catch is guys genuinely are into the girl during that whole sex thing.
Yeah.
Like, it changes afterwards. So beforehand, it's there. You're into them. It's good.
It's there
You're
when
vibing.
during.
Yeah. And then literally right after that.
Oh.
That.
Lost
Sorry,
signal.
guys. Fucking one of my PCs, everything just like turned off and then came back. That was really unsettling. What was I doing? Fucking, we're on a
Post-nut
roll.
clarity. After. During's all good. You're feeling it. You're vibing.
Yep. And then you nut, and then you realize a lot of that was just sexual tension.
Yeah.
And then I've had instances where it's gone both ways, where I've liked them more and they haven't liked me, or I've splooged and then been like, oh, you're actually super boring, and a lot of shit you say is like really ridiculous.
Well, I know but
it could be other things. I'm saying that's
definitely
just for
be
me.
because I mean, look, we
And
know
a lot
that I
of
sing.
there's a lot of
to
shit you
people.
put up with
get
people
laid.
that you haven't like. Actually, there's
a
what
lot.
movie was it?
I feel like every man that I've slept with could attest to that.
No,
No, very much so.
He was in, I think, maybe a documentary, not a movie. and they said, show me a pretty girl and I'll show you a guy that's fed up with her bullshit. And that kind of relates to the post-nut clarity. It's like there's certain things that don't gel with people's personalities that you put up with before you slept with them.
Well, I feel like that makes complete sense, right?
Yeah. I don't fully understand the scientific reason behind it, but I know socially, like, there needs to be more than sexual attraction or that. And that just means the guy is not looking for a relationship. It could be a bunch of other things. But yeah, it's right after you bust how you feel about the relationship.
See, I get post-nut clarity, but I haven't like nutted, so to speak.
Yeah.
I just like, I can just tell.
But I guess
probably during sex, I'm just like, wow,
the hormone
I wasted.
And chemical changes will probably be different after we nut as opposed to when you guys just have sex. You'd have the things change.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the sense that I don't orgasm. Some women do, so I'm sure they still have the same
That's what I'm saying. You probably
post-nut
wouldn't
clarity,
have it. It might be different. It might be something different.
I don't know. I feel like
ours is verging on a climax, like, because you could edge, not fuck a chick, and then you'd probably be more into her.
Well, yeah, because
it's
you've
to
got
do
all
with
that
the release.
sexual...
It's 100% to
absolutely.
do with the release. Whereas I'm saying you probably, I don't know what it's like to have sex as a female, but from what I hear, I guess it's different. it's a different experience. So there's a different exchange.
Yeah.
But girls can get dick drunk. So if you fuck them properly, they can get super into you. Yeah. Whereas they wanted something casual, and that can do it's like a reverse.
Yeah. No, that is very,
clarity.
very true. I can get dick whipped very easily.
Yeah.
But only if it's good. To be fair, I'm pretty like
that's
judgy
usually
on that. Not on like size or look or whatever, but skill with
I noticed a lot of girls are, and they try and hide it.
What about skill?
Like basically ghosting dudes for bad sex.
Yeah. Sex is a very important component of things. So
Definitely,
if you're not good at sex, then
because I've had female friends that have done it to dudes, and I'm like, after the first go, there's this whole awkwardness and stuff, and you know, I guess it depends.
I usually give a second go as like a it wasn't great, but it's only if it was like a mediocre. If it was genuinely shocking, and I've done this for a fair few people, to be honest, I'll be like, no, you do not get the second. I mean, to be fair, I don't usually give most people a second go.
Advice
either,
I would give was imagine if you had done something wrong for the first time.
I give feedback.
And then you were denied, access to whatever it was. Say the first time you went to write the letter A and you fucked that up, right? And then teacher turned around and said, you know what, give me the pen. You're not allowed to write anymore.
See, I'm not about that.
On this page.
But,
you can write on another page.
We've already established too that
page.
I only like to sleep most of the time with someone once, right? So regardless, they get their shot.
I'm just saying that's a common theme. I've heard that from a lot of girls.
But even still, most girls do not ask what they want in bed as well. And it's about communication of that.
I think a lot of dudes will have some pretty bad sex multiple times.
I give corrective feedback, which can be taken probably not so... I'm very assertive, so I know that I can come across as cunty sometimes. But for the most part, I do genuinely think that I'm helping. And I've had like guys, for example, I had a guy who didn't know what the perineum was, which is your gooch, between your balls and your butthole. Yeah. And I was telling him about it because he hadn't experienced any action there. And he was like, wow, I never knew about that. And he's like, is there anything that, I can teach you about the female body? I'm like, really, no. You can't offer me any information because you didn't make me come, didn't touch my clit. What is there to offer? You walking out of my door. Probably.
Yeah, that's a pretty young thing to say.
No, but I've been with I've been with older men.
Getting.
You keep forgetting. I fuck older as well. I don't. Yeah. My age goes from 24/26 to 45. I have slept with older men.
Yeah.
It is not about age. It is about lack of knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I have noticed that older guys know what they're doing.
I guess it's more of a collaborative experience with Nooch. I like it to be an open, positive conversation. Some of us may have closing doors and pushing people away. I like to talk about it because I'm like, hey, you know what? I liked you at some point, so we should probably...
No, but that's important. I will never ghost. I will always say thank you. I'm very grateful for the experience.
Fucking hell.
Leave a
customer That could be worse, man. Jesus Christ.
I just don't have much good sex.
I'm just busting your balls.
I'm
yeah,
selective.
That might be more about the dialogue, though. And there could be something else than just having a guy turn up and
people are very intimidated by me knowing what I want and asking for that.
It could make it awkward. It could be learning about being a bit more go with the flowy.
Yeah, I definitely
vibing into it.
Well, no, because
it's like
I'm
trying to do the electric,
I was
gonna say electric boogaloo, and then having someone do the robot. It doesn't work. You got to dance the same.
See,
beat.
I would like to think that my sexual energy and prowess is one of the things that I learnt to hone in on as a young one, as I thought it was my only skill. and my only ability.
Jesus.
So for me, I know it's not an issue on my end, politely speaking, and I will always be
Run.
No, by that I just mean like I'm always receptive to feedback. If someone's not liking something, I ask, I go, what do you like most? How can I show you your good time? Most people don't do that. I've had fuck buddies before go, no, I don't really go down on people. I'm like,
you should really learn how to do that. You got to get on that shit, man.
But then I get over it because I'm like, it's your preference, it's your thing. If you're not into it, I'm here.
Nah.
You know, like I don't know. I just don't think that I'm not very picky. So when it comes to that, I'm just picky about good sex.
I've always been really interested about that perspective.
About the not
why
going down
some
on?
dudes don't eat box, and I think some girls. I don't know. I've never met. You know what? Actually, I know there are girls that don't like to suck penis.
Really?
But then do it anyway, and then they just like so they'll do it to like because the guy enjoys it, but then it's this weird thing of you're doing it because the person likes it, not because you want to do it.
But that's mutual enjoyment in a way.
That's like turning up to a job you kind of checked out of.
No,
like,
because if
you're turning up every day, but really you should just quit and get another
Nah,
job.
because if your partner enjoys it and you enjoy getting off on your partner getting off, mutual enjoyment, then it sort of makes it okay.
I don't think you're really going to give a good blowjob if you're not into it.
Because sometimes a person wants that and you negotiate in a relationship. If it's something that's not like a hard no, of course you're going to do it. It's the same as like if a partner wanted an anal.
So if you're giving a blowjob out of like sympathy or to make the other person happy and you genuinely don't want to, it's not going to be a good blowjob.
I agree with that. If you genuinely do not want to, you should not be doing it.
And there are a lot of people that do that. A lot.
So concerning.
And you can tell by the frequency because when it becomes a relationship, it just
cuts off.
Scales back. Doesn't go away. Still there. Then it becomes like a reward. I'm not speaking out of personal experience.
I've heard of that same thing. And I've also heard a lot of dialogue. Like one of the things my ex used to say is like a lot of men when they're in relationships have to, in heterosexual relationships that is, are the ones who are always initiating sex.
Enjoy making the other person happy is what I'm trying to say.
That too.
Yeah. Because the other person can tell, man.
Really?
Yes. Yes. That's why you got the gawk fucking... What's the grip called?
Gorilla Grip.
That's the Gorilla
you're
Grip
talking about
5000.
the Hey Daddy
Hashi, help
show.
me.
What's it called?
Help me.
What
is it?
Gluck Gluck 2000 or whatever.
No, it's Gawk
called.
Gawk. Gawk Gawk. Yeah.
There you go. Gluck
Hashi
Gluck 2000.
Not Gluck Gluck. It's not. It's Guac.
No, it's not Guac. It's Gluck.
After the pod, because I won't find it out because it'll be too hard. Well, I mean, there's a guy that can do the and he does it like it's fucking amazing. Yeah, so we went into a whole bunch of stuff there.
We really did.
But yeah, phone numbers.
Yeah.
Ask for them. Go early and don't bail straight away.
Don't bail straight away. I agree with that. And also learn to deal with rejection. I know that that's like such a simple thing to say, but even for women as well.
I think it's
really hard to deal with.
Maybe not learning to deal with it, but not getting offended by it, not taking it personally.
Learn to process rejection almost the way that you would with failures, you know? You're not always going to get everything right. And also use it as a practice like technique. If you're really, really liking other women, consider maybe the universe is giving you another bone for an actual human that will say yes. Like just, I see them as learning curves.
The easiest way is just not to take it personally, I'd say.
But rejection's always personal.
She's not.
You will always take it personally.
Yeah, but then it's about using the logical brain to be like, I get it. Whilst she's saying no to me. That's why they've got the podcast. So they can take this information and move forward.
Just be logical, bro.
No. So it's about understanding that you are going to get rejection.
Yeah.
You're not perfect.
Yeah. And it's normal. It's common. People do that.
Whilst it is her saying no to you, also realize that she's an individual, he's an individual, and they have their likes. So it's like taking two pieces of a jigsaw puzzle and they're not always going to fit.
No.
You've brought the wrong pieces. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Man. You know, and if you're chill
about
too,
your
man,
worth or how much you're lovable
many
as a person.
times I've had girls that I've spoken to and hit on initially, become friends with them, and then started dating their friends.
Killer.
Like,
I love that. Hit on the person you don't want to hang out with, become their friend.
No, always go for what you want. That's my one piece of advice is always go for what you want. No, because a lot of people say that as techniques because you don't understand the guy perspective. They're like, go hit on the ugly friend and then like come. Yeah. It's like, just go for what you like.
Ugly friend. We need to talk about that because that irks me, but we'll do that another time because I know we're...
So I will tell you, the ugly friends or the non-hit on friends.
I feel like that's me.
What some of us like to call grenades.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah. It's more about managing. So if you're talking to a large group of people, not making them feel like, because it is weird if you do it wrong and like you isolate the person and then they're like, they're out for a good time or whatever. That's why, ironically enough, it is always good to have good friends, because that's what I think, to me, that's what going out's about, right? Like, meeting new people.
Yeah.
Like, I know Razzie and Paulie and all them from going out. Like, we met out.
Ah, wow,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't
And
know
we just
your
started
origin
talking,
story.
and then, like, it's just a natural thing to, like, have a moment with people and then, like, find out you got common interests and shit.
Yeah.
If you're doing, like, some sort of surgical strike to, like, pull this chick out to get the sex from her, like, just have a chat. Like, I'm sure her mates are chill. Like I said, she could be a bitch, like, genuinely, and her friends could be awesome. They could have a super hot friend in the toilet, and then, you know, she comes out and you guys are having a nice conversation, and, oh, who's this cute dude? Like, oh, Stacey just told him to get fucked, but he's, like, hilarious. We know she's having a shit night. Bang. It's a cute little story of how you guys got married, you know? Dealing with awkwardness is a thing, though.
It is a thing. You have to do it. Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, we can do that. We can do the grenades. Do you want to do next week the grenades?
That concerns
We'll wear
me,
some,
but it's a dialogue that's important.
Okay, go on. Well, it's being because it's being logical about what happens if you don't disarm the grenade or deal with a grenade that is dropped in front of you.
Yeah, but it's also the
it
process
explodes.
of calling people like yes, there's obviously
No one
gonna be
calls you a
someone
grenade
who's
to your
more-
face. It's a conversation that people have in private. But so
I don't know, I guess it's
if
the
you can
logic of
identify
knowing.
with being the grenade, maybe it's more about not being that
Personally
abrasive in a
taking
social
it, yeah.
situation. Maybe it's that, not the word being used.
Yeah, I think, like, obviously there's always going to be someone hotter than you and uglier than you regardless.
And it's about being okay with that.
It is about being okay with that. I think it just comes to a point, and, a lot of it is insecurity. A lot of it is jealousy. It's like because once again, like everyone knows, like I don't get hit on. So coming from a perspective of the Guranud, having seen my friends continually get hit on, that does get taxing after a while.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same for males who,
It is.
are part of a friendship group where they have more attractive mates who get hit on. I feel like it's the same for
All
everyone
my mates
that has mates.
through all my late 20s would just do very well.
And it's upsetting though.
I'm a
and you
talker.
watch it and
You just play into your strengths,
see,
though.
I do that too, but then I don't shut the fuck up, and that's also
That's cool.
not my strength. And then I start singing to people before we have sex, apparently. So
But that's okay, because at least you know what you want. And the person, this is what I mean, is like, you don't want to be with someone that thinks that shit's fucked up.
yeah, no, and I agree with that sentiment. I think it's just more like on nights out when you see your friends constantly being, gone up to, being spoken to, and you're just kind of like, oh, okay, well, what am I, a fucking piece of garbage? Might as well go sit out back with all the waiters.
Trust me, as someone that feels that a lot, it's more about like, you know what? I just got to play my game, and I understand like what's going to work for me.
Yeah.
And they're having fun.
Yeah, see,
I'm gonna have some
that's
fun
one
too.
thing that I like really value. I'm
just-
like, all my friends are having a good
Yeah.
time, so at the end of the day, that's okay. And all my girls will always come back with me anyway. So
Sometimes.
no, I've never had a girl. Oh,
See,
that's a lie.
that's being a
that is a
grade.
lie. I've actually had one or two friends that have
it's-
done the dog.
Enjoy the social experience and make it less about the individualistic experience and the experience of a group. Some of our best nights, like when we would go away to Portsea and stuff and all that, everyone had a good night. Like, some people didn't come back, some did. Like, it didn't matter. It was just everyone was having fun and doing anything. And yeah, it's shit, like, if you're the last one there or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, if it's an issue amongst a friendship group, probably not people you should be hanging around with. But like, honestly, I think I got lucky. I had like a really chill group of dudes that was like, there was always a couple of us hanging out or whatever. I just, it sounds really cheesy, but to not take that as like your movie.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Don't
Like, it's not
consider
your
yourself
movie.
the main character. It's just
it's like a whole thing.
Yeah,
and like it's a crew.
See, that's good advice. I'll take that. Yep.
And you'll find that person, and you know what? Then you can go and like fuck them wherever you want and stuff, and enjoy it, and like really like understand that this is it. Like, this is the
No,
the gist.
I get that. I'm with you then. I'm with you.
Trust me, I had that like the whole of my teens into like my early 20s.
Well, I'm in my almost
it's called ugly duckling syndrome, I think, or something.
Cool. Well, look out, guys. I'm 24 soon, so I'm only 2 years off getting cute.
Hitting your stride. No, but you do hit your stride, like, and then you realize
I'm
that
just gonna go downhill from there. Brain deterioration. I'll have
30.
nothing.
Yeah, 30 is an interesting one.
Oh, not even
no, look,
interesting.
hey, life's interesting, man.
It do be like that.
There's some fucking, once you've not lived, but once you have perspective.
I was gonna, bitch, I've been traumatized from a very young age. I got perspective. I got too much perspective.
That's what I mean. So don't let
not
shit like being out and then not being hit on be a big thing.
I don't take it
because it's very niche.
I don't
too.
let it go to my head that much because, to be honest, I don't go out much. I think that's also something that contributes. I'm a nana. I love being at
Agreed.
home.
Yeah. So if you're going out like 4 times, it's not happening 4 times.
I mean, honestly, since October, I've probably gone out more times in my life than my whole 18 to 22 years.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know how many times I've gone out since we've been allowed out? Once or twice.
See, I've gone out heaps, but before that, I remember I can count on one hand. I've probably been out 2 hands, would be more exact. Maybe 7 or 8 times maximum that I've been out. Like, I'm not even joking. I never did the go out and go to clubs thing.
If it's not your scene, that's
I
fine.
like charcuterie boards. I like
You're
getting
Italian,
drunk at
antipasta.
home. I like
I don't know where this
watching
French
movies.
fucking word slipped in. Antipasta.
I used to, yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
They can't even defend Europe. They don't get words
I
in
used to
English
pronounce
language.
it. How did I used to pronounce it? Can't remember. Anyway,
Charcuterie.
should we move? No, it was like a
Yeah, we can move in.
caricature because I didn't know how to fucking
Let's have
read.
some caricature.
Caricature.
Look, we don't even have to do the last
TikToks.
story. Oh no.
Ah,
No, this I
funny.
want to do. I think we had like another new segment which we will leave. But so we've got a new segment this week, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lil's baby, and it's fucking awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
You're gonna
So-
be really disappointed.
I'm gonna do like a little empty space on the live pod, and I'll cut this out. So this is gonna be for the intro that I gotta put together. We don't even have a name for the segment, but it's a TikTok.
Time's
preview.
running out.
Yo, you about done? Tick-tock, motherfucker.
Each week I'll pick 3 TikToks that I've found hilarious. You might not find them hilarious.
But see, this is introducing me into the TikTok sphere because I have stayed
He's
away
not
because the
seen
Chinese
them.
government have access to your phones by having it on there. But
And I have no issue with privacy being breached because
fuck you, China. My privacy.
I give no fucks.
All right,
They'd be
ready? So we're
concerned,
gonna hit the first one.
Okay.
All I can see is from now on, I will be minding my business. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's a great joke, even, but I need you to stop anyway.
Classic.
Oh, so we got to read it.
Listen.
Yes.
When I teased my boyfriend for being unable to grow a beard, and he asked me if I could donate some nipple hair. That's pretty good.
It's hilarious. Hang up.
You know what, though? My personal taste is I'm not a big fan of the reedy ones.
I like them. And people are doing it now because there's a lot of, like they're trying to, ableism and all the things. They want to try to be accommodating to all peoples. That's
But
part of the
not
reason why they
accommodating
have
to me.
captions
That's
on it.
excluding me.
That sounds like a you problem.
Oh, can we please use that on all ableism? That sounds like a you problem. For someone that's disabled, be like, hey, I'm just going to stand up and get away. And they're in a wheelchair.
Oh, God.
All right. Next one is
The
hashtag
Tourette's
repost,
awareness.
hashtag fight for you. Is it?
It's
So
for
is
you
this a
pages.
serious one?
No.
First
No,
one?
none of them are serious.
Okay. So first one is, okay, funny.
Yeah. You might want to, can you increase the
another.
size on this thing?
It's a quiet one.
That's a lot of chicken. You want some?
What?
Fuck the fly.
Jesus Christ.
The best a man can get.
What is going on?
Tourette's awareness. He's making enchiladas.
Hang on, but what's that guy? Is that guy a chef or something?
No, he's just showing people what his like day-to-day life is like with Tourette's, and so he does like little skits about, well, not skits even. This is like real life.
So did you see him do the Gillette quote and then run the knife across his face?
This is literally what it's like to live with
So
Tourette's.
that's like hyper Tourette's what you do stuff.
Fucking hell, that was dangerous. Jesus. That scared me. I'm not doing that again. Always Coca-Cola.
All right, so people not watching, this is fucking amazing. When you said the Coca-Cola thing, he just dunked a can on his head. Oh, that would get frustrating. But. Okay, so I'm not.
Sorry, I'm not laughing because I've seen this already 5 times.
There's a chick called Sweet Anita who streams.
Yeah.
And she's really hot and she has like hardcore Tourette's. It's this, but his is way better than
You've
hers.
got to see his profile. It's hilarious.
My fucking nostrils are burning.
You know what? Because he's a bit of a lad as well.
Oh, he's
That's
so
why it's
funny.
really funny.
Yeah.
Simba.
He's so
In
good.
there. Feed the jug. Sprinkler systems.
Oh, I feel bad for his missus.
Why
That'd
is
be
that there?
hard. All right. So that was a cooking with Tourette's and cooking enchiladas.
Classic, truly.
That was great.
Yeah.
So this could be the best one I'm feeling. Last one. Okay, so we'll preface it, I guess. I'll need to pause. I'm going.
This guy has, I think.
That was really loud too.
CF.
How do you turn him down?
Volume.
No, that's a mute.
Mm.
See, this is what I mean with this Zoomer shit, man. The fuck? It's not on a phone, so you can't volume control it. All right. So the Black Eyed Peas don't get enough credit for giving us disabled people an absolute banger. So, it's going to be Let's Get Retarded, right? Let's Get R-worded. Sorry.
No, you can use the context of name.
No, you can't, because you can't use the N-word. So I guess you couldn't use the R-word.
Fair. His profile things are hilarious too as well.
All right, guys. So it might be a bit loud. Apologies in
It's
advance.
literally a
Can't
2-second
control
video,
it because
but
it's TikTok-y. Here we go.
He's just so fucking good. Oh, like his video. Seriously, go on his profile. I'm sure there's like some more gold in there because he's so good.
This moment
Yeah.
was the moment that made Dave Chappelle quit comedy, when someone was laughing at him, like I just did then, because that was hilarious.
Yeah,
but
no,
now
but
I understand why people laughed at the black jokes like that. That's not good. That was a bad.
No,
that was bad
but
on
that's
my
the
part.
purpose of what he's doing with.
No, I understand. Is that I get it?
Yeah.
But that laugh
was sickly.
Oh, that was really funny.
No,
for
but
me. In a bad way. Because he's like, okay, so people listening, a lot of these segments are you're gonna have to go onto YouTube.
Yes.
and
It's so much
per
more fun to
platform.
watch on YouTube. Anyway.
There was a disabled person, obviously dancing to "Let's Get R-worded." And they changed that to "Let's Get It Started" too, didn't they?
They did.
Best one by far was the Tourette's guy cooking.
Yeah, he's incredible. Seriously, check his profile out just for one more cheeky video because he does post a
We're
few.
going into extra time. All right, let's do it.
Go down. Look at the ones in the kitchen.
He's a kid too.
Go down. Lasagna one's hilarious. That one, 3 down on the left.
Bitch lasagna.
Yes. Oh my lord, it just got me.
Fucking do it. Thank you, mate. This is one of my victims from the freezer. Where's Samantha?
What the fuck?
Breaking up from a height. For some alpaca stew. But the man from Don Mio, he say yes. Hair in there.
Everyone. Oh, don't do that.
No. It's
You
a
dickhead.
Doobie. Doobie Brothers. Somewhere. Feed your Coke.
Oh
Boom,
man,
you see
that would be hard, dude.
Oh, it looks like spunk. Hair gel. The
Oh.
atmosphere. It's a lasagna.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Let's
That's
fucking do it.
oh, shit. We were going to talk about this. We'll talk about it next week. The Tourette's is hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hilarious, but it's fucked, man. Let's go full screen.
And it's a real condition that does affect people a lot and severely.
It's so funny, man. I
And
feel so bad for
but when
laughing that
people
hard.
do share the videos like that, they're obviously there to raise awareness. They understand, and when you can, it's almost okay. So for someone who is, chronically mentally ill,
You have Tourette's.
no, I don't, but I've got ADHD, which is part of the neurodiverse community. That includes Tourette's, autism, all the things. But as someone who's neurodivergent as well as mentally ill, you take the piss out of yourself with humor, with self-deprecation, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's the same with what these people are doing.
I think that's
I think
we need
that's the thing where it's acceptable. It's okay if there's that humor. They want you to laugh. It's laughing in spite of yourself and your difficulties and your disability, which I think is appropriate and it's okay.
It was quite funny.
Yeah,
So I think that was
exactly. And I mean, TikToks are fantastic for that, and also for
and myself
raising
a little bit
awareness.
though for laughing that hard.
It was funny. It was
actually
when I first watched it. This was like 6 months ago. I had to dig this up. I was cackling, and I shared it with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So look, it's funny.
But yeah, so I love this, and definitely they were all good. The last two were fucking amazing.
I know.
I can't wait for the next 3.
Cool.
And the next 3.
I'll probably
and the
show
next
you a
3.
few later as well.
Well, because we can even put this earlier. We'll see where it
Yeah,
goes. But we've run out of time, people.
We are probably on time considering we did take a little while.
I had pre-show went for ages.
Perfect. Good. We are on time and doing well.
But thanks for tuning in. ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, you've already probably followed us, but I think share us. So get people on YouTube, I think, will be the best way. So if you haven't seen the pod, head over to YouTube.
Yeah, with Irrelevant Platitudes.
Irrelevant Platitudes or IRR Plat Pod. We should come up and you'll see our beautiful faces on the thumbnail.
Yeah. You can see me fidget in my chair about 50 million times.
Yes. And you can see the, what do you call this? Decor?
Yeah,
That's the word, decor.
I mean, he did try really hard with the little butthole pillow, so go on, watch it for that. Yeah.
That pillow is slightly discoloured.
It is becoming a little. Did you sit on it?
No.
Oh.
It's like half of it. Oh, it might be sun damaged. I reckon it's just sun damage. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
And we'll see your gorgeous faces
next
week. And happy Easter. We didn't even touch on that pagan thing.
Not
but
about
yeah,
that life.
it's Easter.
But eat your chucky if you like chucky.
And if you're vegan, eat your vegan chocolates. Bye.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting, the car's cold.
Get the fuck out of here! What? Fucking warming up. Get out of here!
All right.
You heard the man. Get out of here. Thanks for listening to Irrelevant Platitudes. Bye, guys.
Bye, Amy.